Bandits declaring their own curfew in Zamfara villages is one of the most troubling signs of how deep the insecurity problem has gone. And this is not something to take lightly at all. What is happening is simple but very dangerous. Armed groups have moved into some rural communities, chased people into fear, and now they are telling residents when to sleep, when to wake up, when to move, and when to stay indoors. These are not government authorities. These are criminals. Yet people are being forced to obey because their lives depend on it. Right now, in some of these villages, once evening comes, movement stops completely. People rush back to their homes early, markets close before time, and farms are abandoned. If you are enjoying this breakdown and you want us to keep bringing you real-time news and deep gist like this, please like this video and subscribe to the channel right now. Your support helps us keep going. The painful part of this story is that these villagers are not fighting soldiers. They are not in a war zone by choice. They are ordinary farmers, traders, women, children, and elderly people whose only crime is living in a rural area. Suddenly, their normal life has changed. A man who used to go to his farm early in the morning now waits in fear. A woman who used to go to the market freely now calculates time, asking herself if she will make it back before the curfew. Children who should be thinking about school are now learning fear instead. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because this kind of information is important for everyone to hear. What makes this situation even more serious is that when bandits impose a curfew, it means they have stayed long enough in that area to feel comfortable. It means they believe no one will challenge them immediately. They are sending a message to the people: we are in control here. That message alone can destroy confidence, hope, and trust in safety. And once fear settles into a community, it becomes very difficult for normal life to return. People in these villages are said to obey quietly, not because they agree, but because resistance can mean death. In the past, similar disobedience has led to punishment, abduction, or even killings. So when you hear that residents are obeying bandit orders, understand that it is survival, not loyalty. If you are following this gist and it is making sense to you, please tap the like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next update. Another serious effect of this curfew is food security. When farmers cannot go to their farms freely, food production drops. When markets cannot operate normally, food prices rise. What starts as a local security issue slowly becomes a national problem. Hunger does not announce itself loudly at first. It grows quietly, and before you know it, many people are affected. This is why what is happening in Zamfara should concern every Nigerian, even those far away from the state. We must also talk about displacement. Some families have already decided that obeying a criminal curfew is worse than leaving their ancestral homes. They pack what they can carry and move to nearby towns or camps, starting life again from zero. Imagine leaving your farmland, your house, your memories, because someone with a gun says you cannot live freely anymore. If this kind of real-life gist matters to you, please like and subscribe now. The security forces are under pressure, no doubt, but the truth is that rural communities often feel abandoned when help does not arrive quickly. Even when operations are carried out, bandits sometimes return after some time. This creates a cycle of fear, attack, brief calm, then another attack. Over time, criminals become bolder and civilians become more helpless. This is exactly how situations like curfews imposed by bandits begin. Another angle many people do not talk about is the psychological effect. Living under constant fear changes people. Children grow up hearing gunshots instead of laughter. Adults sleep lightly, always alert. Communities that once gathered freely now avoid meetings. Trust breaks down. This kind of fear does not disappear easily, even when peace eventually comes. Please remember to like this video and subscribe if you want more people to understand what is really happening. What we are seeing is not just crime, it is an erosion of authority. When criminals dictate rules, it weakens confidence in law and order. It sends a wrong signal, especially to young people who may begin to see violence as power. This is dangerous for the future of any society. At the same time, we must be careful with our words and actions. Spreading panic does not help. What helps is awareness, unity, and consistent pressure for real solutions. Communities need protection, not just promises. People need to feel safe enough to live normal lives again. As you listen to this gist, I want you to ask yourself one question. What if this was your village? What if someone told you that after a certain time, stepping outside means risking your life? That thought alone should make anyone uncomfortable. Please like and subscribe so this message can reach more people. This situation also raises questions about long-term solutions. Military action alone may not be enough. Intelligence, community trust, economic support, and sustained presence all matter. When communities feel seen and protected, criminals lose their grip. But when fear dominates, bandits gain control. We cannot ignore the bravery of villagers who still try to survive daily, despite everything. Waking up, caring for their families, and hoping that today will be better than yesterday. That quiet resilience deserves attention and support. Because this story is far from over, and it is important you stay with me. Please, if you are still watching and listening, like this video right now and subscribe to the channel, because stories like this need attention and consistent follow-up. One thing many people outside these communities may not fully understand is how quickly fear changes behavior. Once bandits announce a curfew, even before they enforce it strongly, fear does the work for them. People start policing themselves. Nobody wants to be the first victim used as an example. So even without seeing a bandit every night, the fear alone keeps everyone indoors. This is how control spreads without constant violence. In some villages, people now plan their entire day around survival. They wake up earlier than usual, rush to do whatever they can, and return home long before evening. Social life disappears. No evening visits, no community gatherings, no night prayers, no celebrations. Life becomes quiet, tense, and heavy. If you understand what I'm explaining and you value this kind of clear breakdown, please like this video and subscribe. Another painful issue is education. Children who should be focused on school are now missing classes or have stopped going completely. Parents fear that sending children out puts them at risk. Over time, this creates a generation that is left behind, not because they are lazy, but because insecurity stole their future opportunities. This damage cannot be measured easily, but it lasts for years. Let's also talk about women. Women carry a heavy burden in situations like this. They manage homes under fear, worry about food, worry about their children, and worry about their husbands who still try to go out to farm or trade. Many women have become silent victims of insecurity, absorbing stress daily without a voice. Please remember to like and subscribe as we continue this important gist. Now, when bandits impose rules, they often start small. Today, it is curfew. Tomorrow, it may be levies. Next week, it may be forced cooperation. This gradual tightening is what makes the situation very dangerous. Once criminals feel unchallenged, their demands increase. History has shown this pattern many times. Some residents say they feel trapped. Staying means obeying criminals. Leaving means losing everything they worked for. This choice alone is emotionally exhausting. Imagine choosing daily between fear and homelessness. This is not a normal way to live. There is also the issue of trust. When people feel unsafe for too long, they begin to lose trust in systems meant to protect them. That loss of trust creates frustration, anger, and sometimes desperation. And desperation can push people into bad decisions. This is why insecurity must be addressed early and firmly. Please tap the like button and subscribe so more people can hear this truth. At the same time, it is important to avoid blaming the victims. These villagers did not invite this situation. They are not weak for obeying. They are surviving. Anyone in the same position would likely do the same. Survival instincts are powerful. Another angle people rarely consider is how this affects the wider economy. When rural areas shut down, supply chains break, food becomes scarce, prices rise. Urban areas begin to feel the impact. This shows clearly that insecurity in one region eventually affects everyone.